best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
That's when the toilet paper broke
Mhm.
and my finger went through, when the finger
It didn't
goes,
so much break, but you tore through.
well,
You broke the meniscus of
it wasn't intentional, but it was a happy
Oh, no.
accident. And I knew that's the thing. I knew I was clean.
Before the incident?
Yes, because
okay.
you know me, I like to wipe until there's blood. I want to make sure.
Yeah.
But then my finger was already through, and it had already hit. Let's call it the button.
Okay, sure.
And
is your button 3 inches in there like mine is?
Well, I hadn't quite gotten up that far yet. Not that button. It's a different button. But I went to noodling around back there.
Okay.
And it felt. Is it normal for it to feel like a topographical map?
I want to say everybody's different. We're all unique snowflakes.
Yeah, it's a starfish back there.
Yeah, but for me, it's just like there's one horrifically tender mountainous region.
Yeah.
That you need to sit on a donut for.
Yeah, I call those the dandies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've got a dandy and a bunch of dandylets.
Yeah.
Dandy capital D. I'm going to say you're probably fine, but then again, I only did 2 years of proctology school.
Well, and that was just out of the back of a van, wasn't it?
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, totally unsanctioned, and in Paraguay.
Did we hit record?
I don't know. You do that.
Shit. Hey, welcome back to Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic.
It's another episode. Hello, Chuckle Tits.
Over there is Zig. This here is your old buddy Crunk Kringle, who took off a couple hours early from work to just get some work done on his liver.
How'd you do?
So far, so good, champ.
Got another one of those egg yolk cocktails going on there?
Oh, no. We're just going with one of the classics, just a little bourbon and ginger beer.
Oh, delightful. You always have a lot more booze in the house. For me, it's like I buy a bottle and we just keep going until the wife is pissed and then it's gone.
Yeah, well, see,
that's like home bar.
That's what you see. I married a low-level alcoholic. She's not a professional like us. But she likes to pretend, and so she makes sure that the stock is there. However, I will say we've been trying to turn over the inventory lately, and so we're trying to get through some of the dregs, and that has been a chore on both my psyche and my innards.
If you open up a bottle of liquor, you got to drink within a week, or it turns into vinegar.
Yeah, that's
then it's just salad dressing at that point.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that the clergy seems to disagree with me on. Is if you give me a pile of lettuce, I'm pouring rum on it just to give it some flavor.
A pile of lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I forgot what a salad was at first. It's been a while. It's been
you know what? While. I don't get all godlike on this podcast very often, but if you could never use that word again, because that tends to make the baby Jesus cry.
Makes my inner Ron Swanson scream obscenities directly through my gullet.
No. So you're down there in the land of sunshine, and
it's a horrific 79 degrees today, beautifully breezy on the bay.
How are you managing?
It's rough. I think I saw like 12 clouds today.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Everybody, if you could send hashtag thoughts and prayers
please
to
do.
Zig at zigandlarryignore-a-topic@gmail.com.
Or just jerky. Your favorite jerky.
Your favorite jerky.
You can send that through the email somehow.
I think you can fax jerky.
Yeah. Just send me jerky gift certificates to zigandlarryignore-a-topic@gmail.com. I do still that email is still live, so I do still respond to those. And if you're sending presents, I will eat them.
A couple of years ago, Nicole got me and I haven't brought myself to eat it, but it was jerky. It's for Father's Day, and you could get it's a sheet of jerky. It's just like flat sheet of jerky, and you can get printing on it. And
is it the size of like a piece of notebook paper?
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it's about like this.
Okay, sure.
And she had it. She had printed on there, "Happy Father's Day, you bald McFuck."
Is it MIC as in she's making fun of your Irish heritage, or is it McFuck as in you might be an item at a fast food restaurant?
But you're good enough. Yeah, it's.
Oh, just end the episode there. There's no reason to keep going.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. That what was that? 5 minutes 42 seconds. Best episode ever.
You're good enough.
It's just like when the kids did their Father's Day letter to me, which is hanging up over here, and that was also 2 years ago. And they signed it sincerely. Well, first in the body, it was, "Congratulations on keeping 3 of us alive. You've done the bare minimum."
Mm-hmm. Good for you. Yeah.
And then they signed it.
They acknowledged it.
Yeah, sincerely, not love. Sincerely, your kids, with a question mark.
Sincerely, on purpose, maybe, and whoopsie.
Oh, so yeah, it got cold up here again for a bit, and now we've got a winter storm warning.
Oh God,
for this weekend. I could not be happier. I know I am now in a rolling argument with your adopted sister and the love of my life about where we move, because she's got cold places in mind.
No,
and I'm like, no, let's go further. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be Florida, because I know if you and if she and I moved to St. Petersburg, this podcast would end within 6 months because we would be dead if we were around each other.
But what a way to go.
Oh God, happy? You mean dying happy? Yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, I'm like, let's go further south. Even I know Texas is a hellscape, but Austin, kind of like the St. Petersburg of
Austin
Texas.
is great. Austin also regularly hits 110 degrees sometimes, and that's I mean, it gets hot here, but that's a lot of degrees.
That is a lot of degrees.
That's 110 in a row.
Yeah, I'd have to invest in a lot of cornstarch to keep my balls from sticking to my fucking asshole.
Yeah, I do a lot of moisturizing
to keep my boys from becoming part of that topographical terrain.
That was before we hit record. Nothing.
Are we recording?
I have no idea. I told you, you're the one who hits the button.
I am literally yelling at this microphone.
Do we need to start over? Welcome to another episode of Zig and Larry Ignore Topic.
Oh, I don't edit. You know that.
I'm Zig. Over there's Larry. Larry,
it's your boy, little baby meat pie, coming at you again.
Raising one finger and waving on a podcast. That's spectacular. This episode will be coming out this Wednesday evening on the YouTube channel if you want to see him do that. And
look,
he's also
the whole point of this podcast is just hanging out and having a cocktail. So pour yourself a cocktail. I don't care if it's 8 a.m. I don't care if you're in your car on your commute to work. You better have a tiny bottle of booze in that console. Crack one open, and when you show up with liquor on your breath, you just tell them that Big Daddy and Uncle Zig said it was okay.
That's something you see in Florida. You didn't see in Chicago very much. Quarter pints of booze. It's like I've only got $2. I'm like, well, here's about a drink and a half. There you go. You want a cocktail and a half? There you go.
Well, I got my little plastic half pint this last weekend, because I was hanging out at the rodeo with my sister and brother-in-law, and I wanted to play Pocketful.
Yeah, we talked about that last week when you played Pocketful, but you don't really need to smuggle hooch into a rodeo.
Oh shit, I guess that was last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you listen to this show?
I was there for it, and every once in a while, it sparks a memory. You know that nothing really imprints on me, so things that have happened in my life are like, oh, that was me. Amazing. How did I do? Ooh, sorry about that.
I don't know. I think the only thing that imprints on you is the night that I fell in a bonfire. Because every time you've told that story, it gets better.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait for the Legend of Lercules to come out at some point. He drank an entire bottle of Southern Comfort, half a bottle of tequila, a whole bottle of tequila rose, whatever else. What I think he drank some Ajax from underneath the sink, fell in a bonfire, and fought a frat house.
Regrettably, this was last Thursday.
A man of his age should not be doing that, but yet here he is. He's not so much a survivor as he is preserved.
That's how we celebrate Father's Day around here. Speaking of Father's Day, there's an odd memory. Last time I saw my mother and my brother at the same time, she handed him an envelope. And it had a little card in it, a nice little message. I think that she put like a it's so weird. It's like a check for like $25 or something. But it was a Father's Day present to him. And like, this is just a little Father's Day something. And he just put his mouth. Thanks, Mom. I gave her a hug. So a week later, I'm talking to her on the phone. I'm so sorry. That was so rude of me. I didn't get you anything. Mom, I have no children. Why would I be upset that you didn't get me a Father's Day present? It's just not nice. I don't know what you're talking about currently.
That's very sweet, but you know that for a long time, you were I won't say you were doing it well, but you were raising me and Jeffrey Zimmerman at the same time.
Much the same way you raised your kids. I kept you alive.
Yeah.
But a lot of that time it was happy accidents. It's like, oh, it didn't even leave a scar. Fuck, DCFS can't even get us.
Don't make a fuss. Don't make a fuss, or then he'll start crying because he'll think he's hurt. But just if you go, hey, bud, come on, you're okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, poor Jeff just falling down off everything. That man could fall. It's a beautiful.
It's not his fault. Gravity affects him more than most people. It's a genetic thing. It happens to 1 in 15 people.
Yeah. Yeah, and he happens to be 3 of those 15.
Yeah. carries a lot of his weight in his pelvis and just goes straight to the ground. Ruins a lot of flooring too. Carpets are not safe around that gentleman.
I think one of the most amazing things that man's ever done is kicked a full Hardee's cup. It missed him and hit everyone behind him.
Why was there? Do I need to know why there was a full? Do I know that
it was a Decatur parking lot, Decatur, Illinois? For the listeners, I know you know where it is. And he saw a full. He didn't know it was full. He just saw a Hardee's, like one of the big moose cups.
Yeah, so he saw a vessel that soft drinks come in the parking lot and decided he was just going to boot it.
Yep, just going to give it a good punt. And he's just going to Robbie Gold that shit. And gave it a boot, and somehow it flipped over him and hit. It just sprayed everyone that was behind him.
He kicked it and it went behind him?
Yes.
The detritus went behind him. And he was assuming it was going to be empty.
Yes.
It wound up being full, and it wasn't piss?
It wasn't piss.
Somebody had forgotten their accoutrement to their big Carl's Jr. bacon thing with a fucking onion ring attached underneath the bun.
Yes. Yeah.
Sandwich.
Yeah. Well, the onion ring sewn to the bottom bun.
The sun shines. I mean, like, sometimes when you're real stoned and real drunk, you can break the laws of physics on accident and never be able to repeat it again.
No. Jeff has lived by the adage that God protects drunks, small children, and the galactically stoned.
You know how they say that like a mother, if her baby is in jeopardy, she can lift a car like off of like her child, and it's like been documented to happen. Like your adrenaline kicks in, the muscles in your body have regulators on them, and like a lot of times that is true. That can't happen. Mm-hmm. I was so drunk once. The only time I played basketball, I think ever. And I don't know how I did this. I jumped and touched the rim of the of the basketball hoop. I am 5'5.5", and I am in no kind of shape at any point in my life. I could not leap over a Hardy's Cup right now. But this one day, I was just like not thinking, and I just ran and leapt, and I touched that goddamn thing. I'm like, oh, all right, throw me the ball. I don't think I sunk up the basket the entire day. But
I'm the new Michael Jordan. We just have to get him incredibly drunk, and he can dunk. It's amazing.
I bet you I could have at that one instance, and I don't know how everything aligned.
It's like
it just does not seem physically possible.
We gave Spud Webb some Viagra and some moon boots, and there he went.
It was roughly when I was my senior year or senior year. It was the only time I was ever something resembling shape. So,
which senior year?
College.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, I know you actually made it through on the first try.
On the first shot, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some of us had to have 2 tries.
Well,
okay.
I didn't try so much as just skated.
Yeah, you
That's
still
not true, actually. That's not true, actually. I almost graduated with honors. I did really, really well my freshman year. It's much easier to do really well your freshman year and then just jerk off for 3 years than it is to really fuck up your freshman year and then try to claw your way back.
Hey,
yeah.
We are both those. We are literally the end of that bell curve, my friend.
Absolutely.
Because I remember you sitting me down and having a very serious conversation.
How do you remember all of these conversations that we've had? I don't remember the one we had last week.
I know. It's I can't tell you. This is shit that is imprinted on me, and it is part of my whole everything that happens up here.
Just say it's part of your whole and we can move on.
It's part of my whole, which is topographical at this point. It's like Utah.
Is that before? Are we recording?
It's like the Appalachians. I mean, it's not like super tall, but it's just like there's a lot of ridges.
The Smoky Mountains is what you're saying.
Ah, yes. The delicious Smoky Mountains. But you
where raccoon can be found on menus.
We scraped it up fresh today.
What'd you name your dog? I named him this.
How do you pronounce that? None of your goddamn business.
You don't need to pronounce it or spell it, and you only call him if you got a beer in your hand that needs an opening.
Yep. Because then he'll bring you a cold one. So when you finish that one, it's right there, and you just pop it again. But yeah, you sat me down, and you were like, "You have to go to class. You understand that you have to go. Like that's the minimum effort that you have to put in."
We were theater majors. You just have to show up and you get a C.
And I couldn't even manage to do that.
It's a very little bit is like calculable in that major. There's like, well, he's doing his best. Okay, great. That's we cannot quantify this. That's great.
One of my favorite fuzziest memories is our freshman year. So the theater department did a picnic every year out at some place in Decatur, out someplace in the woods. And I had gotten so wrecked the night before that I had to be rolled into the back of a station wagon in order to make it. And it like you and Jeff and a couple other people had taken your pastel tempo of love.
Oh God.
And
that thing just reeked of weed and drippings off of children.
So
yeah. I mean college age people, what I'm calling children. We weren't squeezing towny folks kids in the back. Just get the drippings all over the upholstery.
How y'all feel about fresh squeezed toddler?
You know what? I really think the Ford Temple's going to make it another 10 years. They're going to be making this thing forever. No pile of shit.
Yeah. But I think it was Ryan McWilliams and Pretty Head Kevin and that group that and Pete, our buddy, my buddy Pete, bodybuilder Pete.
Pete, the gentleman who attempted to remove the police bodily from his porch and got an entire party pepper sprayed.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that Pete.
Can't do that. They don't like that at all.
No, they get grumpy about that. That was a lesson I actually learned from him and then just internalize that.
You can get yourself pepper sprayed from 20 feet away. You sure can.
Yeah, you sure can. I did. Look, I learned one lesson from P, but I did learn that pepper spray will go at least 20 feet. But they rolled me in because like they had my RA open up because it
By the way, our RA, bang up job, whoever the fuck you were.
his name was Nate, and he was awesome because he'd come in and be like, "You guys need to turn down. What is that? NBA Jam? Oh, you guys got NBA Jam? You mind if I? What's that over there? It's Goldschlager. Can I have a shot? Yes, absolutely, Nate. Now we're all culpable. All right."
Mike's name was just not available. It's just like you knock on the door, he wasn't there. It's like, what's your RA doing? He gets free room and board, leaves me the fuck alone. I lit half this place on fire. He didn't say shit. It was amazing.
But they went up. They somehow, well, I think it was Paulie, our buddy Paulie, that let the boys in the building. Nate opened it up. Those boys drug me out of bed. Pretty Head Kevin, Pete, and not Ryan McWilliams, but Ryan the Magician, and the other.
This sounds like the shittiest heist movie ever. It's like Ryan the Magician, Pete, Pretty Head Kevin, and Nate.
Right? It does. It sounds like how every guy, like Guy Ritchie, sits down with a bottle of gin and just sketches out every new movie he makes.
Pretty Head Kevin, that's a name. I don't know. We'll use it eventually.
Well,
Just do a lot of like rapid fucking bullshit with the camera. People buy it.
But they threw me in a cold shower, and then drug me out. Half-assed sloughed me off, and then pulled on my cleanest clothes, and then threw me in the back of a station wagon. There, I was like, I don't want to go. I'm dying, because it was the night after I fell in the bonfire.
Which one are the prettiest clothes? Well, they're not burnt up, but we're letting Pretty Head determine.
Yeah, we'll let Pretty Head put on his cleanest clothes. It was like a live action Sunday morning coming down. It was rough. And then when they drug me in, and all the professors are like, and you and Jeff, God love you, were like, "Oh, it's our boy. He survived. Please just get him all the chicken. Well, how much fried chicken do you have? Bring it all over here in this 2-liter of Mountain Dew, and just let him eat himself to not being sick."
He's going to be here until you tell him he can't be here anymore. Then he's going to take himself about a decade break, and you'll see him again.
You're gonna see this fella again. He's gonna come back. He's gonna make some mistakes. He's gonna atone for them, and
he
then
threw himself on a tire fire last night. The shit's getting real. Is it about that time, Lair?
Is it about that time to talk about our sponsor?
Hey, I think it is. Should we cut to one of our amazing fucking clips? One of our spots that we have not gotten yelled at for? I don't think we have we?
No one has complained yet.
Good.
Because I think they're all too baked to actually give a shit.
That might piss them off. Can they still use promo code Zig and Larry at checkout?
They can always use promo code Zig and Larry at checkout for our sponsor, who we are going to talk about right now. Let's talk about spliffsociety.org. Spliff Society offers unmatched quality with these 100% natural leaf spliffs, hand-picked and hand-rolled by professional artisans. All of our spliffs are toasted to provide a perfect harmonic balance of low smoke and relaxed flavor, so they won't interfere with your favorite herb. 100% organic, all-natural spliff and filter. No glue, no wax, no chemicals, definitely no bullshit. Our spliffs are velvet to the touch, burn slowly, and they have an even, smooth pull, fitting the bill as the best on the planet. Stop wasting your time and money splitting and licking those tired rolls ever again. Our spliffs allow for a clean and quick pack every time. Made to smoke, packed to share. Enjoy. Seamless.
Seamless. We're back. So those are our boys, for real. Splitsociety.org. They're spectacular human beings with a really good product.
They really are spectacular,
Yeah.
and they have sent me some stuff. And I think the next because our boys at Split Society went to a convention recently, and my phone is upstairs, or else I'd be able to actually explain it. But I've been given the personal invitation. It's up in Northern Illinois, and to come and hang out and do some fun stuff with our boys at Split Society. So when I do that,
cool.
I'll take some audio and some video, and we'll just let everybody hear all the stupidity that your buddy little baby meat pie gets up to.
I'm not gonna go. It's
a long flight for you.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I would be if I'd be allowed. Like, oh, Zig's in Florida. Thank God. Smith, you want to come and be an adult?
Oh, I don't know if there's any adults. Like, they know better than to invite me along for adulting. I'm not gonna adult. I'm just gonna come along. I'm gonna be disarmingly charming, as I always am.
Mm-hmm. That is disarming. Is the key word there, and that's very, very true. Disarming and disarmingly charming. Both those things are very true. You hit on something. It's one of my new pet peeves. I have very few pet peeves outside of being alive and other people. But one of my pet peeves, I detest the new. And this is just we're old. The use of adult as a verb. Don't do that. Adulting. I can't adult today. Fuck you. Stop it. Quit screwing with my language. It was fine before you got here.
I don't have a problem with it, but
you're a much nicer person than me. You don't. Your rage comes out like when honor is involved, stuff like that. Where I'm like, I don't care. Throw her in front of the train.
Also, baby names. That's when my rage comes out.
Yeah, that's when I've been able to tap into that fucking nugget that I adore. But yeah, it's just like when I hear stuff like that, just stop it. You're doing it wrong.
See, I'm with you in that. I'm like, I get it. It was a cutesy phrase for a little bit of I can't adult today. Totally get it. But
the first time I heard it was adorable.
Some of us, like today, for me, I just it wasn't me contacting my supervisor saying I can't adult today. I just said, hey, I'm leaving at 2 because I don't give a fuck.
I've never said it exactly that way to my current boss, but I have said very similar things. I will not be here on Friday. Why? Because I don't have to.
I have messaged my boss and been like, hey, can you help me out? I'm looking for a specific code on this time off form because we have to send the forms in. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, dude, what are you looking for? And I was like, I am looking for the lack of interest. Is that on there? And he's like, absolutely. It's called sick appointment. And if you write that down, we want to ask questions. Excellent. Cheers.
The last time I just took out one of the things that I do love, and there's like 2, I think, of corporate America. By the way, corporate America is fucking pointless. Bureaucrats are nonsense. Nothing gets done. You're all fucking morons. There's too many goddamn hands in the pot. Nothing happens.
It's the same thing as you talking about Ron Swanson earlier. Why does government matter?
It doesn't.
Excellent. And I've taught my children that, and they were commended and also given little slaps on the wrist when they were in grade school because they received similar questions. And in junior high, Gideon was asked, why is government important? And he said, it isn't. And I got asked about that at parent-teacher conference. And I was like, well, do you want to argue that point? Or do you just want to give the boy some bonus points?
I mean, come on. It's just, the world is run, and I was very, very late to the corporate America game. I didn't join it till I was 40. But it's adorable is what it is. And especially not like I worked for the company back when the office was still a thing. It's like, look, we got pool tables and a lot of meetings. You can have a beer. And it's like, okay, well, fine. I've sat through so many meetings. If I had missed all of them, nothing would have happened. Like, no information is ever imparted to me.
No.
but you do have a unlimited paid vacation at some places now, and the 4-day work week is actually coming to some places too. And I'm sniffing that bitch out as soon as I find a job where that's a thing. Yeah, I'll take that. Because even 5 days working from home is a bit much, and I don't really do much if we're honest. Last year, actually, I got one of the awards for the best. Like, I did. What the fuck is everybody else doing? Because I'm phoning it in.
Yes. I fumbled around corporate America for a little bit, and then tried my hand at a few other things, and none of it fit. Like, I think the closest fit that I had besides doing stand-up was working construction, but I had to work with the general public. If I could have just been the guy that was running a crew, I would have been just fine. But the fact that I had to work with the general public and then also liaison to the owners didn't work out for me. But yeah, corporate America, it just once these people hit a certain point of salary, it's an inflated feeling of self-importance, and fuck you, man. You're not that cool. And then you want to underpay the people that are actually making you the fucking money. Kiss all my taint and rigid asshole.
Every time I get some manner of like communication from upper management that has these weird abbreviations that I have to look up or ignore, at this point, I just don't even bother realizing what they actually mean. I'm like, maybe if I went to a business class at any point in my life, I'd know what these mean, but it doesn't seem to come up. So I politely ignore them, and it never bites. It literally never bites me in the ass. Never.
Love it. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. And see, that was the other thing. I would get in so many, because we'd have these national meetings with like shareholders and the president and the vice president of the company, and I was running like 20 counties in central Illinois for this. Like, that was my coverage and I was getting paid nothing to do it. And so when they would ask a question, I would answer it honestly, and I would be getting texts and emails from the vice president and my boss going, "God damn it, you have to stop. Please stop. Stop it. You're just going to make it harder for me." And I'm like, fuck you. They want an answer. I'm going to give them a fucking answer. I don't give a shit about pussyfooting around. Although
I feel like we might have to veer off this ship, because I will start cutting on this feed. I'll just deep into the forearm.
No, you're right. I apologize.
No, don't, because I started the fucking no, don't. Just if
you know what, Zig, I feel like this would have been
if you have to work a job where you sit in front of a fucking plastic box and click, and you don't feel like anything's being accomplished, just understand that it isn't. Go out and learn to kayak, or teach your dog a new trick, or do what I do. I like to cook awesome shit. That's the only way you can do it. Learn a shit ton about wine. That's fun. And get a job where you can work from home and realize how much you actually don't have to put in their 40 hours a week.
Go head over to adamandeve.com, where they will teach you what goes up your butt.
They are never going to sponsor us, ever.
I really wish. Here's the thing. I wish kind of right now.
This show not brought to you by adamandeve.com. Adam and Eve, you want a shit ton of videos?
You want a shit ton of videos and some shit.
Vibrator.
I kind of wish right now was at the point where we could drop a break, because I made the mistake of not bringing down an extra cocktail. So I need to actually hit a pause button, go grab myself a cocktail, and then we can get into today's topic.
Do you think that there's time for a Mr. D drop? We didn't get it last time.
Well,
we're pretty sure that that's still copyright infringement that we have not gotten yelled at for.
Let's do it, my friend.
I feel like I need to get sunglasses now. All right, when we come back, I'm gonna get sunglasses.
Yeah, get sunglasses.
Okay,
because that's the cool shit that we're doing today.
Sounds good.
Well, hello. Remember me? I'm Mr. Delicious. Did you know the Rack's value menu features a full array of adult-sized delectables for only 99 cents each? That's right. And Mr. Delicious can really appreciate a bargain like that. After all, he's still trying to recover from that bout with midlife crisis in '89. Fortunately, he was able to sell the Porsche back to the dealer. But much to his chagrin, Mr. Delicious discovered that custom-designed hair weaves are non-refundable. Same for the rotating disco glitter ball he installed in the basement. And that vacation he took to Bora Bora with those two young friends, well, that left Mr. Delicious feeling empty and unfulfilled. Unlike the robust sandwiches, baked potatoes, and refreshing drinks on the Rack's value menu for only 99 cents each. Tickety-dee.
Value menu available at participating restaurants. Rack's, you can eat here.
So then I went ahead and put my finger the rest of the way up there. Like I went all the way up to that last. Like
I'm not sure if this bit worked the first time.
And that's when I realized, ding dong, the doorbell has been rung. And
I think we explored a lot of those before. Do you think it worked?
Do
you think it worked? I don't know.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out. Big shout out to our unofficial sponsor, Rax, and our spirit animal, Mr. Delicious.
Both of rest in peace, both of you.
R.I.P. Mr. Nicole has literally been doing like some major research on trying to figure out who the voice of Mr. Delicious was.
Oh, good
to
idea.
See if we can have him on the podcast. We're trying to track him down. No luck yet.
That's one of those things that's just like not on the internet. Like
she just keeps trying though. So anyone listening knows who the voice of Mr. Delicious was, please send an email to Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic at gmail.com.
Or if you can do a passable fucking impression, we'll do that too, barring anything else. If you think we can get away with it, sure.
Diggity dee.
Diggity dunk.
All right. So you want to get into today's topic?
More than you know. more than a finger wants to get into your own asshole.
And well, here's the thing. If you're not watching, you're listening. If you're listening, what you're not seeing is that Zig has also joined the Cool Guys Club and is wearing sunglasses inside.
What a selling point.
And so head over to Zig Larry North Topic YouTube and check out the fucking what was his name? Lemmy Lemure from The Professional. Sunglasses that Zig is wearing.
Okay,
you know the movie The Professional. The movie The Professional with Queen Amidala and Dracula and that French guy.
Should this be ringing a bell? Queen Amidala, Dracula, and a French guy. The movie's called A Professional.
The Professional.
The Professional.
Yeah.
So French. Wait, is this like so the actress who what's her name? She went to Harvard. Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman, when she was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Gary Oldman, who is the crooked cop, and the French guy.
Gerard Depardieu?
No, the one that isn't a creep.
He's the only French person I could come up with right now outside of Voltaire.
Damn it.
Let's not. Let's just do it.
Nope, breaking my rule. The phone is already out.
No. See, because
this
doesn't matter. I don't know the movie, Larry. I don't know the movie. I don't know the movie about Natalie Portman being a child and she's abducted by Dracula, and the French come to help train her how to be more like Amelie.
So
they all have to wear matching outfits.
Technically called Léon, the Professional. It's Jean Reno.
I don't believe I know him either.
You have seen this movie because Jeff and I have forced you to watch it.
Is he Gerard Depardieu or Voltaire? If not, then I don't know.
His name is Jean Reno.
Okay.
And Danny Aiello is also in it.
Loosely also Jean-Luc Picard. He should have been Frenchish.
Jean-Luc Picard, Dracula, V for Vendetta's girl, and Danny
Same
Aiello.
person. And Danny Aiello. And they all form a family band, I'm guessing? I have no idea. No.
You've seen the movie because Jeff and I have forced you to watch it.
You know, no.
I like just forcing you into the contrarian.
You're not forcing me. I live there. I sink into it like a beanbag.
Yeah. I've seen your beanbag. It's easy to sink into.
Thank you very much. One of my favorite things in the world, since I don't really care about much of anything, is what do you care about? Excellent. I will now, for no reason at all, have the opposite opinion and shove it at you because it amuses me, and I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link, and you're gonna go, yeah, probably, and that's gonna be my favorite reaction.
Hold on, let me call the dog.
There he is. There's our boy.
Why does he look so sick all the time?
Because we feed him nothing but McDonald's, which is good enough. So okay. All right, Zig. Time to get into today's topic. And you know what today's topic is?
No.
My favorite thing that I love to do to you.
Oh, fuck, what?
Finger your butthole.
Oh, I mean, sure.
But the second favorite thing, it's time for news updates, buddy.
Yay! It's news update show, news update show, news update show, news update show.
So, bad news for us, 2 beers a day does as much damage to your brain as 10 years of aging.
Wait. How am I going to get the dog over here?
I don't know.
2 beers a day for how long? 10 years?
No, 2 beers if you had 2 beers a day, apparently that's as damaging as. Look, I didn't read the whole article.
Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense though. 2 beers a day is as damaging as 10 years of aging. Okay, 2 beers a day for how long?
It focuses on the associations between drinking alcohol and the volumes of gray and white matter in your brain. Essentially, the study focuses on how the consumption of a moderate amount of beer can lead to years worth of changes on your brain. All right. The study looked at more than 36,000 high quality MRIs.
But from the United Kingdom.
From the not American brains, not strong American brains.
That means nothing to me. Yeah, but they're British MRI scans, so they're different. Yeah, they didn't cost near as much. That's the difference.
See, we're not getting the real. We're not getting the straight shit here.
Yeah. So but that's all it's saying. To go through this.
Here's the thing. I figure
article.
2 beers a day for as long as you and I have been drinking.
Sure.
Probably we are part of this study.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember shit, but also I don't miss it. There's also like all these things that they worry about the fact it's going to kill you. So is being alive. So who gives a shit? Would you calm down and have 2 beers today? Have 2 beers today and you won't give a shit.
I know that you're not on social media.
Not at all.
I know. And I'm not, but I keep getting targeted ads for divorce lawyers and dating over 40. Should I be worried?
Nice. Yes, you should, because the only reason you're getting those is because every device in your home is listening to you. It sounds really conspiracy theory-ish, but it's true. And they're also listening to your wife. You have to remember she lives there too. They're picking up on that.
Yeah, that's what concern. Or Gideon's looking for a sugar daddy.
It's all dating over 40 and dick pill stuff. What do we do? What do we do?
What do we do?
Lean into it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I've already decided. I really want to
know, drinking 2 beers a day for how long? For a month?
It doesn't say.
Well, that makes no sense to me. What am I missing?
How long have you and I been drinking 2 beers a day?
All day today.
Yes.
So it's not true. I mean, I go for a week without touching the stuff. That's not true. But some days I don't drink at all. Some days I drink way more than I should. It goes in ebbs and flows. I don't drink as much as I did when I was a professional bartender. I'll tell you that much.
I do try to have like at least 2, if not 3 sober days a week now. Which is tough and torture, but
yeah. I don't have children and I live on the bay, so I try to make sure there's plenty of beer here.
Well, here's what I was going to say is, if anything comes of this, these targeted ads for divorce lawyers and dating over 40, also these seminars by dudes that should not be giving seminars about how to win your woman back.
Cut your losses and move on, pal. You don't need to get her back.
I hope that Angie is prepared to let me sleep on the patio.
Yeah, there's like I told you, the patio furniture is nice. It's expensive. It's you'll be fine.
Me and the lizard.
The sunrise is going to be a bitch, but outside of that, it does face the sun. Well, 2 beers a day, fine, that's great. However, you know how much Churchill drank, and he beat the fucking Nazis. So I don't want to fucking hear it. You need a couple of bones up in you before you can, get your dander up and go after Hitler.
I'm not too concerned. We're fine.
How you want to remember everything? You want to be able to think in your 60s?
No,
pussy. Yeah. Stop it.
So
the problem is, I would have said think in your 40s 20 years ago. Now I say 60s. We're just going to keep pushing it out for a couple of decades.
Neither one of us expected to live this long, so let's keep going.
My whole day is just giggling and eating pudding.
And that sounds pretty rad. So here we go.
My whole life through a straw. Oh, look at you! You got all your little tabs up, ready to go.
Yeah, of course.
I'm very upset with this article. Drinking 2 beers a day is as much as 10 years of.
There's not enough information, and I will admit it. There's not enough information. I was just throwing it out there so we could.
I know you're the vessel.
So we could move on to the next story.
Oh, all of a sudden now you really give a fuck about getting torch shit?
Yes, because there's important shit coming up.
Okay, important shit. Okay.
So this leads to the next one.
Well, go delete that tab. I don't like it anymore. Just hit the X.
For God's sakes.
Or keep it, I guess. I thought we were moving on.
We are moving on. I don't have to delete it. I can just do this. Boom! A JetBlue pilot was removed from the cockpit and registered 0.17% on a breathalyzer.
Regrettably, I read this and I immediately thought of doing it on this show. Fuck! I was gonna bring that up next time it was my topic.
From my friends at NPR.
I read about this cat. So he goes through TSA and there's some red flags going off because he is twice the legal limit. And by the way, which is what I was when I got my DUI driving a fucking Mini.
0.17. The legal limit in Illinois is 0.08.
0.08. Yeah, he blew exactly what I blew when I got a DUI driving a Mini Cooper. So he was going to fly the JetBlue plane.
This guy was going to take a fucking flying cylinder of death through the skies with strangers,
with the souls of strangers and families. And it's JetBlue, so it's going to be weird and fucking cheap anyway.
Little Timmy, who is his first solo flight, he's only 10, but he's doing his best going out to see his
those little wings to his chest and wish him good luck.
Those little wings are angel's wings when you're flying JetBlue.
Who's driving the plane? Bob Hoskins from fucking Roger Rabbit. You're screwed. There's a reference that half the people will say, what?
Removed from the cockpit of a Fort Lauderdale bound flight. See, he's going to Fort Lauderdale. He's just starting the party.
But he's going to Lauderdale.
Why are we going to arrest a guy that's just there to help start the party?
A couple of things with this. I didn't realize that you could have a blood alcohol content of 0.04 and still fly.
Yeah, that's the federal, for those that are just listening, the Federal Aviation Administration's alcohol limit is 0.04. And homeboy, Captain James Clifton, which sounds like a rad ass fucking name, doesn't it? That's the kind of guy you want piloting. He is 52 years old, and you know where he is from?
Orlando, Florida.
Absolutely, he's from Florida. This guy can't fly unless he's at least 0.17%. And that's the problem. He got caught outside of Florida. If he had been in Florida, they'd have been like, sir, your blood alcohol is 0.17%. Yes, it is. We're going to need you to have 4 more shots because we're going to need to bump those numbers up because them's rookie numbers, son. We need
it
you.
It is 11 a.m. Have a white Russian pussy and get these people to Lauderdale.
Hey, aye, Kevin.
I do like that. Like, it was like, this is the only thing that TSA has ever done, to my knowledge, is they caught this guy as he's going through, like, it's even the security where, like, he's a pilot, so he gets to go through the quick security. And TSA is like, that guy smells like Milwaukee. Maybe we should tell somebody. But he gets all the way to the plane, to the front of the plane where the controls are. And somebody said, pull that motherfucker out.
Maybe not. Maybe no to this guy.
And then he just admits to all of it. Immediately he's like, yes, I've had quite a few drinks today. It's like, Jesus Christ, well, don't do this then.
But you need to understand, I've done a half an 8-ball of Coke, so I've leveled myself out. I'm not going to fall asleep. Unlike
my dad was Cuban. What does that mean?
What? It's okay. My mother was Irish, my father was Cuban, and I don't give a fuck. All right. I learned to fly during Desert Storm. Fucking A, bro. Let's go.
How many times do you think that you were on a plane and the pilot was fucking loaded?
If they come on the intercom every 10 minutes, then I am assuming that they are loaded, and I somehow feel more comfortable.
You don't want to play to start with like, welcome to flight Delta 320, 323, welcome fuckers. We're going to be going to Orlando. But that seems bad.
This is Captain speaking. I'd like you to just kick back, relax, and understand that this is the party bus, and these motherfuckers that are serving drinks. I understand it's only 9:30 a.m., but I need everybody on this flight to get as lit as your captain, because we about to start this party right, and we're going to be flying at 40, 70, 52,000. We're going to be above the clouds is what we are, motherfuckers. So I hope you all like Ludacris, because we about to start this party right.
This is your captain speaking. Remember, there's very little for me to hit up there, so we're probably going to be fine. Strap in.
See, and that I would trust. That would.
Yeah.
What I love is that he was relinquished to JetBlue security.
Yeah.
Which is just two guys that look like us, that have billy clubs and a 22 pistol, that just take you out back and either. It just two behind the ear into a dumpster, and you never see it again.
It's JetBlue security. They were fired by Virgin Air. They've just got like just horrible adult acne. There's just no authority with them at all. It's like, excuse me, sir, we've had reports that you are shit-faced. What you gonna do about it? And then there was like a Donnybrook in the actual fucking cockpit.
A Donnybrook in the cockpit. That is. Donnybrook in the Cockpit is my favorite Dropkick Murphys song.
Damn it, I was gonna say 90s cover band.
That is actually a Donnybrook in the Cockpit is going to be my ska cover band name. I think we have 47 trombones, 3 saxophones, 12 drummers, and a little person dressed like Johnny Knoxville. Yes, whatever Johnny Knoxville you want, that just kicks around the stage, and I just incoherently scream into the microphone and lament about the injustices that were committed against Captain James Clifton.
Who, after, by the way, he demanded to be called James Kirk, which I thought was fucking weird.
Yeah, well, actually, I think he. Hey, look, I just want to point everybody to our YouTube channel, because as I'm sitting here talking to Zig, I got a notification. If you probably heard that because this computer is recording, our episode for YouTube just came out.
No. We are recording this on Wednesday night, so our last episode just came out.
Yeah, our last episode just came out because we are recording.
And as this is not live, that makes very little sense.
You know what? They can do the math. Mm-hmm. Who am I? Who am I to stop them? All right, Zig. I
like and subscribe.
I like and subscribe, and check out your topographical map that is south of the equator. So this one's from a little bit ago, and so I apologize. We're just talking about it now. Bear steals 36 beers from campers, gets drunk, and passes out until rangers come. And you and I didn't want to admit that spirit animals exist, because that one's mine.
No, my spirit animal is an anthropomorphic tube of preparation H. We've discussed this on camera.
Toad with a chode.
Toad with a chode. Bear steals 36 beers. That's very specific. Why didn't you just get 2 cases? You get a 12er and a case? That's weird.
Because it's camping and they're not in cases. They're in coolers. So he's just stealing a few out of each cooler, which I think is a very considerate bear.
Now, do we know, because there's different rules for grizzlies, for brown bears, and black bears. So when a grizzly steals your beer, is it different from when a brown bear steals your beer? Do you play dead? Is that a real?
No, that is not real, because that's a sun bear.
That's a picture of
that's a sun
yes,
bear.
You're right. That's
I know my bears.
And they photoshopped a bear in his hand. I'm sorry, it took me half a second to realize I'm an idiot.
What I love is that is a Reichling. But I don't know what that is. It's a big R. I think it's the same. It's the same kind of beer that Walt Longmire drinks. If anybody else says fucking cowboy show nerd.
What? Okay, so I'm reading.
You don't have to be. You don't have to know everything, Zig. You don't have to be involved in every.
I don't know half the shit that happened in my life.
Oh, it was Rainier. I was right. Rainier, which is the preferred choice of Walt Longmire,
and wouldn't drink a quote. He drank the Rainier beer and wouldn't drink the Bush.
Same here. This is a bear with taste.
You ever see a drunk or a hungover grizzly with the shits? He will eat your face off, pal.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's the only time you can.
Yeah, but he can't quite, because he'll swing, but it's kind of there's kind of a lilt in there, and you just kind of easily dodge it.
Cannot outrun a bear unless he's got the Bush beer shits the next day.
When the park officials tried to chase it away from the campground,
what?
The bear was stumbling so bad it couldn't walk straight and climbed a tree to take a nap. Several hours later, it woke up and park rangers were able to safely remove the bear.
That's respect, though. That's a good drunk move. I obviously am too drunk to walk. I will climb this tree so I can sleep suspended in midair. This makes perfect sense to me.
I call bullshit, because this is exactly what happened to me in the Decatur, Illinois Police Department.
They did not let you sleep it off. They tased you out of that tree.
Well, it took like 4 or 5 tasings, because I was just hooked around there, and it just
repeated tasings. Yeah,
repeated until I convulsed enough to flip myself around and land. There he is. Look at this little guy.
Oh, he looks like he's all tuckered. That's a black bear. So when a black bear steals your beer, I think you just let him do it, and then he's got the saddest little bear dick in that picture.
But here's the best.
Oh, scroll back up. Look at that sad little bear backer. Look at that. So it's just like, he's got whiskey dick. It appears to be dripping.
It does.
Pure Molson too. Whatever Rainier beer is.
That's where Bush beer. This is where Bush beer comes from.
Yeah, bear piss.
However, the bear had such a good time, it showed back up the very next day for round 2 with another camper's cooler of beer.
Another camper's cooler of beer.
Though this time the wildlife officials were prepared and set a trap that safely captured the bear again by luring him in with donuts, honey, and of course 2 open cans of Rainier beer. And you refuse to admit that spirit animals exist.
No, it's just fuel for a constant joke. But hold on, but let's the bears So the park rangers figured, all right, this lush is coming back. Let's set a trap. They have nothing else to do. They are literally getting paid out there to dick around with the possibility of a drunk bear.
Mm-hmm.
That's a job. That is a job.
Why don't we do that for a living?
Nobody would pay us to do it, and we would be killed by the bear.
No, I think
We
what
would
would happen.
Wrong. You can't do that half-assed. If you do it wrong, you get your ass killed by a bear.
No, I think what would happen is you and I would end up drinking with the bear. Look, those 2 beers weren't enough. We're gonna have to confiscate this cooler and take it back here into the deep woods for a second. So me and Zig and Gary, I mean the subject, can we're gonna try and get him in the trap.
You, me, the magician, and Pretty Head are going to get this goddamn bear into this truck. First, we're going to dress up Pretty Head like a pretty lady bear. No, it's a male bear because of his sad little dripping pee-pee.
So here we go. Here's a drunk bear. I don't think this is the bear in question, but this is.
That's not a beer. That's
looks like a Sprite.
It's too big. Yeah, is that it's a
or
bear drinking something.
Unless he's drinking a Rolling Rock.
Ugh. Which you can if you have to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can if you have to.
Oh, there's a good idea for another episode. You and I doing an IQ test.
Oh, I haven't done one of those in a while. Okay, yeah, that's really ignoring the topic right there. That is just like something shiny.
All right.
Just hitting you in the
Last
eye.
one.
It's like
last one, buddy. Because I had 2 more, but we're gonna save those for a different time.
All right, we'll pick your favorite.
Well, this is because it all ties together. No floats or beads at this Mardi Gras, but there are chickens.
That's the headline.
From our from
Somebody wrote that.
Again, from my friends at NPR Illinois.
Okay, that's the headline. I mean, it does make me want to read further.
No floats or beads at this Mardi Gras, but there
are chickens. No,
okay, without reading the article, I can only assume that people are just flinging their tops up, showing their breasticles, and then instead of beads, people are launching chickens at them, which is much more useful.
It's impossible to tell. I'm gonna guarantee you it happens in Alabama, and the chickens are at Salted Overhead. What the fuck am I looking at?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm familiar with this because Anthony Bourdain actually did an episode about this.
I am not. So please, this Wednesday, be sure to tune in to the YouTube channel so you can see a picture of what appears to be
this looks like if you were to this guy.
I don't know what this is.
No, right here, this guy looks like what if you were to look at me while you were on mushrooms.
It looks like 3 characters conceivably from.
And this is what happens if you look at you if you were on mushrooms.
If you start a Wallace and Gromit episode, well, masturbating furiously on every drug that was exhumed out of the entire band of the Rolling Stones for the last 3 decades.
If you burned Jim Morrison and smoked him, this is what you saw.
Is that a mask or is that what's on this dude?
This is a mask. These are all masks.
That's insane to me. I don't feel comfortable with this at all.
Instead of parades, floats, and
God, chickens and chickens now.
Hold on. We want to give
chickens.
This is from NPR. Byline is Katie Dull. I want to give credit to the writer.
Absolutely.
Instead of parades, floats, and beads, what about chickens, gumbo, and tomfoolery?
Sign me up, Katie.
I'm already in.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, as many communities around the world celebrated Mardi Gras in a conventional manner, others observed the day in a more distinctive fashion. Carrière de Mardi Gras takes place in towns around Carrière de Mardi Gras takes place in
probably
towns
closer
and around Louisiana's Cajun country, and just a 3-hour drive west of New Orleans in Eunice, Louisiana. Participants celebrate.
Good luck.
Not going to try and say it. Not going to do it. No, you know what? Fakite Gua, Korea, de Mardi Gras.
That's probably not terrible.
It's probably close.
Probably
Here-
close-ish.
Here you won't find your typical Mardi Gras festivities, but instead a mob of party goers prancing through fields, knocking on doors, and chasing chickens while dressed in intricate costumes.
Wow.
So
I don't know if I really want to go to Eunice, Louisiana, or if I want to make sure that nobody goes to Eunice, Louisiana.
I want to make sure no one escapes from Eunice, Louisiana.
Correct.
But here's the thing: we've already talked about we need to make a pilgrimage to the hobo days.
Yeah.
The hobo
That's in
celebration.
Iowa.
And bro, I feel like we gotta go to this
Yeah.
because this guy's this motherfucker, and they're all wandering around with koozies of beer.
Yeah, but like
This one's dragging a cooler.
they're dragging a cooler, but it's
Zig,
okay,
these
so-
are our people. They're just in stupid outfits, wandering around fields, knocking on doors, getting pissed drunk.
But is this like a big thing? Because it looks like there's like a dozen of them. Like 12 people in Eunice are just walking around, just violating chickens and drinking beer, and all of the costumes are like crocheted.
Now I
by
will
somebody
say,
very talented.
I will
grandmother.
say, I'm mildly concerned by the conical shaped hoods that these
Some of them
people are
are
wearing
little.
that are in the
Yeah.
South.
But oh, that was a little creepy.
But let's read further. Joel Savoy, a Cajun musician and music producer from Eunice, helped start the annual, not going to say it again, in 2006.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Faggot to taggy.
I'm going to need you to not say that again.
FAQUETIIGUE. Faggot taggy. There's nothing French about that. I just really wanted to say
That's
that
like
word.
it's like if that sounds like
It's not even close.
if Danny Aiello were to try to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Call back to Danny Aiello.
Faggot to taggy.
Savoy said he and his friends wanted to create a more inclusive Mardi Gras experience for people of all ages. Photographer Brian Tarnowski last captured the event 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah.
Nobody's been back for 5 years to take pictures of this shit.
This can be traced as far back as the 18th century. It originates from the medieval Fête de la Commande, or
I have
Feast
no
of
French
Begging.
accent.
Feast of
Feast
Begging.
of begging.
During a time when
Who wants
rural
boot stew? We got a shit ton. It's a feast.
hobo boot wine stew. You have a boot full of hobo wine, throw it in here, and some rat meat, and you've got yourself a feast.
An afterburn of cigarette butts on the finish.
What is that? Tobacco? During a time when rural French people disguised themselves in masks and conical caps.
There's
Hey,
the word.
look, I used a word right earlier. And went
accident.
door to door, not on accident, on purpose.
It doesn't
Performing.
work. If I say it under my breath, you have to let it go.
I know, I do. You're right. Performing for neighbors. But I've had enough whiskey, and I'm wearing my Macho Man sunglasses where all I should say is, oh yeah. Performing for neighbors in exchange for gifts. That was less Macho Man and more Kool-Aid Man. Today, this all takes place in southwest region of Louisiana. No spectators are allowed, and all but participants must dress in costume. So
No
that's what I'm saying.
spectators are allowed.
But we're not spectating. We're gonna get in costume and run about.
How are we going to get a hand crocheted conical hat? I'm not going to get good at crocheting.
My friend Amber will take care of it.
You got a guy? A girl, I guess.
I got a gal.
You got a gal? You got a gal who could crochet us some lunatic outfits for the Eunice Mardi Gras,
All right,
where we
Amber.
fling chickens.
Yeah, we're gonna toss
Okay, there's a
chickens.
shit ton of people. Okay, there's a shit ton of
You
people.
know I hate a chicken. You know
Hey.
I hate a chicken.
There's one guy over here on the far left of this picture. He is not in a conical hat. He is obviously a spectator. He is not dressed like an asshole.
Maybe he lives there. That's okay.
Are they throwing that just chicken overhand?
I think we're going to find out.
Oh, goody.
But here's just real quick. Amber, I know you listen to the show, and I love you for it, and I thank you.
Hi, Amber.
We need not maybe like this, although maybe me, because I got great gams, but maybe like these, we need some outfits, is all I'm saying. Oh, they're gonna fuck that chicken.
Jesus.
Early in the morning, the Mardi Gras, as the group or individuals are known, gather to listen to, God damn it, with these French words, or the leader of the group give a speech about the day and its rules and traditions.
That's Capitan.
Ah, Le Capitan. Oui, oui. Salute. Le Capitan James Carlton. What was his name? James Mason? That's not right. Clifton.
Tony Clifton.
Yeah, Tony Clifton. Captain Tony Clifton.
Like Captain Tony Clifton.
With a 0.34 blood alcohol level. The Mardi Gras are dressed in elaborate clothes that replicate those from medieval times, which are originally designed by poor French people to mock the aristocratic elite. Zig, this is our kind of thing. This is our kind of event. Look at this shit. This is what we're into.
Looks like it involves running, so I'm gonna have to pass on that.
No, they'll be fine if you just shuffle.
Okay.
Or amble with a purpose.
I can amble mockingly.
Yes. Partakers spend the morning entertaining neighbors for gumbo ingredients. Oh my God. This keeps getting better. At one point, revelers form a human pyramid to climb a grease pole that's capped with a chicken. The gay's grand
prize. They put a chicken in a basket and they put the fucker in the air.
After the event concludes in the afternoon.
This is some Louisiana nutsack. This is crazy fucking wackadoo fucking joy.
Participants gather to enjoy some communal gumbo. This already looks like joy. Look at these. Look, I'll be on the bottom of the pyramid. I don't need to climb up anymore. Maybe 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, that would have been me. But now I'll be down there. You can stand there handing me beers and we'll drink beers. While these people, look at these young in shape humans, they can just crawl up and fling the chicken off the top of that pole.
Violate the chicken that is 30 feet in the air.
That guy's
look at him. He's so happy.
He's going to fuck that chicken.
A chicken.
He's going to fuck that chicken.
I think he's going to
look at that gumbo. But Zig, look at this gumbo.
Gumbo's good. I mean, you showed me a cast iron pot of gumbo being cooked outside. I'm in.
And look at this.
Costumes are terrifying.
Yeah.
All of these costumes you're showing me are fucking crazy.
Yeah, but look at this. I mean, look, we've done weirder stuff and gotten drunker. Yes, we have.
No, we haven't. I haven't done anything this weird.
Bullshit.
I have never put on a crocheted conical hat and violated a chicken for gumbo purposes, to my knowledge.
And neither have I, and I really want to. I really want to. And I want to take recording equipment so we can just capture it all for I mean, if Anthony Bourdain can do it, we can do it. And look, they need somebody on horseback. I can ride horses.
I cannot.
That's the Le Capitan.
That's Le Capitan. He's the one who's allowed a horse off in the field by himself.
And look at this chicken. He looks like
he looks like a handful of chicken ass.
That chicken wants to fight. Come on.
I mean, I'm in. Of course I'm in.
Of course you are. All right. Because you're in Florida and it's just like a hop, skip, and a jump over to La Fuxa Chicken, Louisiana.
Eunice.
Isn't that what I said?
I bet you that will imprint on me. The name of that town.
Yeah.
Because of Mama's family. Like, that's the only reason. There's a reference nobody gets.
I don't care because that was brilliant. Vicki Lawrence was like 18 when she started playing Mama. Brilliant.
That's true.
Comedian. All right, Zig.
Hold
on, I'm not quite done with my drink. Hold on.
Okay, very good.
How much do you have left?
Let's call it 55% of a beer.
Yeah, that's a lot of beer, more than this.
Well, here. Okay.
Seriously, if you are not watching us on Wednesday nights at 5:30 Central,
0% of a beer.
attaboy. If you're not watching us at 5:30 Central on Wednesday nights on YouTube, you need to, because it really is just, the whole idea is just a happy hour bullshit show where we just drink and have a good time. And you're gonna miss out on seeing some of those conical hats. Zig,
Yes.
what did we learn today?
I'll tell you. I learned that Captain Tony Clifton most likely has flown several flights shit house before he finally got caught.
Yes. And I
When I got
bet
caught
that he
getting my
goes
DUI.
to Eunice, Louisiana.
Most likely, with a bunch of people in crocheted fucking lunatic outfits. When I got my DUI, and to this day I will not drive after having a beer. But when I got my DUI, everybody was polite enough to tell me, and I found out it's true. Most people, when they get DUI, they've gotten away with drunk driving maybe a couple hundred times before they catch it. So for flights, I'm guessing he did it, let's call it 40 times on JetBlue before somebody finally pulled the trigger on Uncle Clifton. He's like, he's going to kill somebody. And then he went, how many drinks have you had, Mr. Clifton? And he said, all of them. Can I go home now? Yes, you can go home forever because you don't do this anymore.
Thank God. I just wanted to retire.
And I learned that at least at one part of the world, there's a bear who wants to party. Actually, that's been a theme in a lot of our shows. Bears just kind of want to drink. If you get a bear, a couple of beers, he doesn't want to eat your face off anymore.
Yeah,
that was that grizzly man's problem. He never gave any of those bears like a fifth
from a reindeer.
Yeah, or a Molson. They're a lot of them are Canadian.
Well, it depends on where they've migrated from.
True. What did you learn, buddy?
I learned absolutely nothing.
Good. So status quo achieved.
Except that we are going to go party in Eunice, Louisiana.
Are we doing the hobo thing beforehand? We're doing a callback to an episode that nobody listened to for a very long time. Hobo days!
We actually, surprising amount of people have listened to that.
Oh, very good
episode. I don't know, man. I think whatever happens. Because you are closer to Eunice than you are.
I could drive to Eunice, and you can drive to Hobo Days.
See, I'll drive anywhere.
Well, yeah, I could drive there too. I mean, you can drive anywhere.
Here's the plan.
But I just don't have the time.
Here's the plan. I'll rent a big old RV.
Mm-hmm.
We will meet in Eunice.
If only any of this would actually happen.
All right, Nicole, who listens to every episode, which, oh, God love her. Nicole, you're hearing this. We need to plan out a meeting in Eunice, Louisiana, with a giant RV, and that's where we are going to crash. And Amber, we're going to need costumes. There.
Hi, Amber.
And now it's out in the universe, and you know Nick, she's not going to let anything stop her from a good time, including my liver problems and the fact that I can't feel my left leg anymore.
Nope, none of that. Nope. Or the law, or an infection. None of that shit.
No, she parties. She's tough. Hey, guess what, pal?
What, buddy?
I love you.
I love you back.
Oh, shit. That made my day.
Good.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.